Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Mother and Dad. Love, Ruth, John, Mark, Pamela, and Patricia. Ruth Smallshaw Ray's Letters to Her Parents, 1960, Part 120. This is the first part, based on the first part of the original publication, Smallshaw Family Memories Collection, or SFMC number 50, published on September 20th of 2000. I believe there's a short letter from the editor, yours truly, Peter J. Ray. Hi, everybody. Here come the 1960s. Ruth is pregnant with Peter, and the move to Beechcliff Boulevard, Rocky River is imminent. Love, Peter. Peter J. Ray. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, January 17th, 1960. Dear Mother, I'm so sorry that I forgot to mention the dishes that you painted. They arrived fine and the children love them. They ate their toast with choke cherry jelly from them right away that night. And Pamela says repeatedly, "That certainly was nice of your mother to send us that great big parcel. We really should thank her." The striped dress is still her favorite, and she is just so appreciative of everything. She really is a very generous little soul. She has given up on the doll you sent her for Christmas. Patty just took over and won't let Pam touch it. But Pamela has her ballerina doll. I've enjoyed the Christmas cake. My family and John's folks got a small piece each, and I'm guilty of eating most of it, but have enjoyed it. So nice of you to have the minister and his wife and family for Christmas Eve. Yes, our babysitter, we paid $6, got to bed at 4 o'clock a.m., and John's folks arrived for dinner at 1 o'clock p.m. the next day, so I was pretty foggy fixing dinner that morning. We had a turkey and so forth, and all went well, though. They all went for a drive while I did dishes. Then later we had a sandwich and salad supper by candlelight and your cake. I'd made a wine sauce for the pudding that for dinner that was really potent. Pam just went to bed looking very sweet in her PJs you sent. They've all had colds again. We got well for Christmas, but Pam just back to school 6 days when she started. Then Patty and Mark had 7 days back, and he got it. Pam seems better, but Mark and Patty have gone into coughs. I've been having a lot of trouble with this state meeting we're having next weekend, a real issue, and we'll be glad when it's over. John really does wonderful to handle so many presidencies and all the problems involved so efficiently. He had a big hassle with the Church Federation this week and got $1,500 from them for the Big Brothers, Protestant, and this week he goes to the Recreation Board to try to get funds for the Junior Museum Summer Program. We have still been house hunting, working on missions for Epiphany at Sunday School, concentrating on Central America. We both have meetings most of this week, and Saturday and Sunday the Ohio State meeting, luncheon, dance, forums, and Monday I speak to the North Olmsted J.C. Wives, and Wednesday I'm a hostess for the Junior Museum Women's Board. I hope I don't get sick. The temperature went up to 62 degrees when I last wrote, but it's been rainy last week and colder again, but a bare trace of snow. Please send me Flo's address at the hospital and I'll send a card. We had Pamela's urine tested last week for diabetes. She eats sugar, but it was okay, but had pus in it, so expect it's from her cold, so they're testing it again. I didn't know you knitted the monkey. You went to a lot of trouble on their gifts, but very thoughtful of you. Yes, I sprayed the candle. Did a yellow and white one for us with gold pine cones, sprayed the Christmas tree white, John planted it out back, and sprayed evergreens, pine cones, and a big bow, gold for the front door. Seems now, though, that it was so long ago. Your dress must be very nice. I planned to wear my gold one next weekend, but it was only $12.95. I saw a beige cashmere coat with a mink collar that I liked before Christmas. It was $100, but John told me to get it as his Christmas gift to me. But I felt it was too much, so waited for the sales and got a beige cashmere coat without a mink collar for $44, regular $68. Maybe get a collar later. We had an offer of $34,500 on a house across the street from Lake Erie and a park on Beechcliff Boulevard, near where John's partner Dick Stevens lives. A big brick home, fireplace, recreation room, 3 baths, the 3rd floor finished, but turned down as they wanted $39,800. The Browns had a lovely New Year's Eve party. They have about a $70,000 modern home, and we had the party in the glass-walled family room. She had a 2-foot platter of shrimp and an array of things and lunch about 1 a.m. Very nice. They're in Florida now. He has built his own company. I do hope to hear Bud is better. If you can think of anything I could send Flo, let me know. I'm exhausted. Good night and thanks for the dishes. I have promised each child they can have one of them to keep when they grow up. Love, Ruth. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, February 16th, 1960. Dear Mother, it was certainly a surprise to hear your voice this morning. I thought maybe something was wrong there for a moment. I've been meaning to write, but have been pretty tired each evening and thought you'd understand. If something was wrong, we'd let you know. When I last wrote, all 3 children had bronchitis, and I got it, and then John came home with the Asian flu and a deep, painful cough the night he won the award for being the Outstanding Young Man of the Year in Cleveland. When he phoned me that he had won it, I was so thrilled and happy I burst into tears, and we were both crying, so that when I phoned his folks, they thought something was wrong. Then John arrived home sick, and we watched it on television. It was on 2 stations with the governor of Indiana presenting it to him. John had been sick and couldn't eat his dinner, but rallied enough for a short speech. He fell into bed and groaned all night. He was the sickest in the 9.5 years we've been married. At 7:20 a.m., the newspaper phoned that they wanted to take the family picture at 7:45 a.m., and everyone was in bed sick. We said no, but finally agreed to 8:45, so I managed to get them all dressed for it. Then we went back to bed. I managed to carry through my monthly meeting and the state meeting luncheon. We had 135 gals there, and it was lovely. I introduced the head table and gave a short welcome, but was really sick at the time. Even when the newspaper picture was taken, made it home and was in for over 3 weeks. We all got John's flu then. The phone rang continuously over John's award about 30 times a day, plus the details on the state meeting that I had to take care of. I had girls take over the Sunday forums and had to back down on a speaking thing. By Monday night, it seemed as though both Mark and I were on the verge of pneumonia. We just coughed all night. Coughed so much we threw up. John was home almost a week, and even then went back too early with a cough and on an antibiotic. It took 3 kinds of drugs to get Mark over it: sulfa, ileticin, and ilosan. The girls were on ilosan, and John and I took declamacin for a week. The drugs were over $60. After John went back to work, I just lay here, and the phone rang continuously, but I'd promised John not to answer it. Mark was out too, and Patty slept some days till noon when she got it, but the coughing lasted all night and constantly. Patty would bring my slippers and put them on the pillow beside me and try to get me up. John wanted to put me in the hospital and get a nurse for the kiddies, but I kept thinking I'd get better. It left me so weak, too. John's dad got worried when we didn't answer the phone, but finally Pamela answered it. His mother wanted to come over, but we have no place for her and didn't want her to get sick. One of the girls that was in college with John and is in the auxiliary had her mother make a big pot of hot chicken soup that was the best I'd ever tasted. And Shar, my vice president, brought us a complete dinner. Meat, baked potatoes, vegetable dessert. Very thoughtful. Mark's teacher was over and said 15 children were out of Mark's class out of 26. Some of the schools were closed. Several hundred teachers were out. Mark was absent about 20 days and 15 of this past report period and got all A's except a B in writing and drawing. He can read very nicely now. So it was a very eventful month. When I came to Cleveland, I never thought I'd one day be married to the young man of the year, and I am so proud of John. He really deserves it, too. He thought a young heart surgeon might win it. There were 12 men nominated. They left out the fact in the nomination that he was president of the Junior Chamber of Commerce because they said that was against him the other time because it was presented by the Junior Chamber of Commerce. The judges were head of the Cleveland Transit System, the county engineer, and the judge. For Valentine's Day, John had my rug cleaned. I'd planned to do it myself, but too beat. John's cousin Harold and friend were here from Maine Saturday for lunch, and the folks were here yesterday for supper. I served chicken a la king and made a heart-shaped cake. We were supposed to go to the Duffs, but 2 of their children had fevers. We all went to church, and the children presented their mite boxes in church. The girls wore their red dresses and white pinafores. I'd made some fudge for the bake sale, then John and I taught Sunday school, too. We'd played bridge Saturday night with the church couples, but I was too tired to enjoy it, although we scored fine. I looked after a neighbor's child today and took 4 of them to dancing school, so I'm tired tonight again, still. It's good to be going again. I really lost a month. It was so depressing. I felt like giving up. Thank you for the nice parcels, the doll, cake, choke cherry jelly, very much appreciated. The doll you sent Pam at Christmas is Patty's now and has been the most loved doll in the world. Patty takes it everywhere along with her Benky, the receiving blankets you got her as a baby. Today she rocked so hard she rocked her chair backwards and lay sobbing. I'd been vacuuming so hadn't noticed. I've been so weak that I haven't been able to do anything, so I'm way behind. It will be best for Janet to get the German measles. All little girls should be exposed to it. We had so many deaf children because their mothers had it in the first 3 months of pregnancy. It's cause for a legal abortion in Ohio. Too bad that Brian was so sick. It looked like a morgue here with all of us in bed at once and me on the sofa with the blinds down. It was an exhausting siege. Thank you for phoning. God bless. Love, Ruth. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, March 1st, 1960. Dear Mother and Dad, so good to get your letter and that you didn't regret phoning. I felt that you would have. I didn't give you much chance to say how things were there. I'm writing this at dancing class. I have Pam and Rita Marie from next door here, and Patty is sitting on a little chair watching the girls dance. Patty has on her little pink tights, stockings, and dress and looks so sweet. She's finally getting toilet trained, and it's about time, since we hope to have Peter John or Penelope about May 17th. John's birthday is May 19th, so we'll aim for that. We hadn't told anyone, and when you phoned, John wondered if I'd tell you then. It was on the tip of my tongue, but felt you might worry. Of course we're thrilled, but hadn't said anything because of Dick and Joan. We knew Labor Day and didn't like to take away the limelight since it was their first child. Then when they had so much trouble, we hesitated. Then John's mother was so upset at the Cleveland clinic where we go. Then we had so much illness. But Pamela told Rita the next door, so that was it. Then she told John's mother when she was over here week before last, but I didn't know she had. They'd asked us over for last weekend, but we couldn't because Mark has had another cough and ear infection. He was throwing up, so the doctor gave him a penicillin shot, and he's still on ileticin sulfa. Mark wished he was dead when he had the earache, so I felt sorry for him. We also bought a new house. Yesterday, when Pamela left for school, I told her not to say anything, but today told her she could. She said, "Well, that's good, because I already told Rita, but she wouldn't tell anyone." I asked her when she told her. "On the way to school yesterday." Like mother, like daughter. Now I'm trying to get our house ready to sell. The first thing Mark said was, "Now Grandma and Grandpa can come and stay with us." And, "I'll have to help you move, like putting away things." They take things out of the closets, then I wash them out, and they help me put them back, even Patty. The basement is the big thing. John has started washing the walls and floor and painted part of the floor, but I have to throw out so much stuff, which is so hard for me. I'll be sending you a box too, so just give it away if you don't need any of it. I'll loan you my beach dress if you'd like until next winter. The new house is the one on Beechcliff Boulevard in Rocky River, where John's partner Dick Stevens lives. It's the street that goes along the lake and is across from Rocky River Park, and right around the corner and down a block from a good school, Kensington Elementary School. The house is big, 3 floors, and John's mother thought it might be too much for me to look after, but John thinks we might have help in time, and it does have a dishwasher, a disposal, washer, dryer, automatic garage door opener, a double-attached garage, and automatic underground lawn sprinkler. It is not new, about 25 years old, but has carpeting and drapes and a huge mirror and chandelier in the dining room. It has a lavatory on the first floor, bath with both a tub and also a glass-enclosed shower on the second floor, and a lavatory on the third floor. It's a brick house. The grounds are not as big as we'd like. We'll miss our back trees here. The lot is 75 by 125, and the tax is about $500 a year. It also has a screened porch on the side that someday we'd like to enclose into a den. The basement has a recreation room with a fireplace, also a fireplace upstairs, and a bar with hot and cold water and a sink. It even has a dark room or radio room. They say the flowers and landscaping are lovely in the spring. It has a pink flowering dogwood tree that is by the room the new baby will have. You can see Lake Erie a little too. The backyard is not at all like we have. It's very small, mostly driveway, but we had to decide. We'll have to send you a picture. The location is the nicest part. We looked at houses that were new ones, split levels, and lots with more modern kitchens, but I think this will be a nice family home. I spent about 10 years on a career and have traveled quite a lot and spent about 10 years getting our family started and on outside club activities. So now I'll spend the next 10 years on making a home, and it won't hurt me to do some housework for a while. Patty has been doing a few little dance steps imitating the girls. Yes, Bud and I did get the best partners in the world. John is so highly thought of that he got the bank loan with just a phone call and no questions asked. John knows and talked to the son of the bank manager. He also said those houses are very nice. Tonight is Shrove Tuesday pancake supper, so we're all going. Then I have a board meeting about 30 miles on the other side of town. I haven't told the board about the baby yet, but the word will soon spread, John told his partners. They're taking us to dinner at the Pine Lake Trout Club Saturday. I bought a turquoise velvet maternity top last spring, on sale for $1.79, just for this occasion, so may wear it for the first time. John's folks are coming Sunday to the home and flower show, and we hope to show them the house. It's now 2:00 a.m., and I've just returned from the board meeting. Shar McQuilkin told the girls about the baby and the house. They were amazed that I wasn't in maternity clothes. I wore my white jacket, and even John said at the pancake supper that I didn't look it. Ours makes the 8th house for sale on the street. Some of them have been up since early fall, so hope we have better luck. I'd also like to sell the furniture and get something more appropriate for the house, but we'll see. We can get moved into the big house in May, but I'd prefer to stay here until we sold this house, as I think it looks better with furniture. I drove by the new house tonight, and I'm so happy about everything. How lucky can you be? I'm sure John is the most wonderful husband in the world. We're going to 7:00 a.m. or 10:00 a.m. communion or the 8:00 p.m. service. Good night. Pam likes her doll, but we put it away as she has so many now and will appreciate it new later. Thanks. Love, Ruth. To be continued. Well, that concludes today's presentation. You might consider checking out our website, Adventures in History, with Peter J. Ray at peterjray.com. So far, we've made 687 history videos in 7 areas: world history, American history, book reviews, poetic tours, Cleveland baseball, family history, and autobiography. There's a donate feature. You might consider making a donation so we can continue making these videos. If you live in Metro Manila, Philippines, and are looking for a high school, you might consider Restless Educational Center. Restless is located on Allenby Street, also known as the Inclined Plane, not far from the corner of P. Guevara and Wilson Street, in San Juan, Metro Manila, Philippines. At Restless, we specialize in helping young people who have had difficulty in the larger traditional high schools. And we're more than a school. We're a warm, supportive community, and we strive to be creative and innovative. And the website is ressalest.education, RESALEST. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.